Peace, love, and light, my beautiful family. What's going on with you guys? How you guys doing today? Today, I want to speak on the importance of being a leader. Um, Being an empath or being on a spiritual journey in general, you will find that you sometimes, or most of the time, you get lonely or you feel like you're alone or you have nobody there with you because simply nobody may understand or nobody may be, going through what you're going through. So by us being who we are, we sometimes we fall into the trap or we dim our light to fit in, and then we have to repeat the same thing over and over because we're not understanding that you know it's meant to be this way for a reason. And this is personal, this is actually my story, and this is something that I had to go through myself a couple of times, and it was kind of repetitive, and I still probably have yet to learn the lesson, but I'm learning the lesson as I go. um the importance of being a leader, not only a leader, but learning or accepting the fact that you may have to be alone, or that it's okay to be alone, or it's okay to not have all of these friends, boyfriends, girlfriends, and all these people around you, even family. It's okay for me time, is basically what I'm saying. It's important to lead your own pathway and lead your own life, because you don't want anybody to tell you what to do. You don't want somebody there trying to implement or shove their ways or their outlook on life onto you, because they don't have their life figured or worked out. They're going to try their best to guide yours and control yours. It's okay to get guidance or help from somebody, don't get me wrong, but when somebody tries to control and manipulate and pretty much have say so over you, that's when there's a problem. And this is where I am trying to speak on. This is why I'm trying to speak on it. Sorry. But it's like we seek companionship, and we seek like friendship, a shoulder to lean on, pretty much, and it can sometimes be like detrimental to us because those aren't the right people, whether we know it or not. It's like it's meant to be this way. And don't get me wrong, if you have a genuine person by your side, kudos to you. Like that's a good thing, and hang on to it. But if you have somebody who doesn't have their stuff together, and they are just trying to control you and tell you what to do, and just trying to manipulate you or get you off of your path and stop your ascension furthermore, then there's a problem. That's what you need to take the call, or take the lead rather, and say, no, I'm gonna stand my ground and I know my worth. You don't have to say so over me. You don't control me, because I have to say so over my life. And some people have the mindset of nobody opinion matters. What nobody says is going to affect the way that I feel about myself, and that's a beautiful thing if you ask me, because that means literally nobody can like stop you. Like, you're unstoppable at that point, and only you and nobody but you can have the final say so, and that's just that. And I am that I don't have nothing to say about that. I don't find that that's like toxic. If you don't want to take on somebody else's opinion, that's your right. You have that right to do or feel however you want to feel. So by us just overall being empaths, and we just find the need to help and uplift people and just be there for somebody. We need somebody there for us, and that's where we kind of go seeking for that fulfillment. And sometimes it can lead in the wrong bus. Like, it can be the wrong group of people, or it can be the wrong person, and it's like it can become sabotaging or toxic for us overall. So the power of being your own leader is to remember your worth, and to remember that we are on a path, and to remember that it's okay to be by yourself, and it's okay to feel down or feel emotional, or even feel like you don't have anybody, because maybe you don't have anybody, but that doesn't mean you're lonely. Just because you don't have any physical bodies near you doesn't mean you don't have any spiritual bodies near you. And this is, like I said, me speaking to myself as well. Like, I have that problem with sometimes accepting that maybe I am supposed to be by myself. Maybe I should be alone because maybe it's not that time. So don't get me wrong. You may find somebody who's on your level. You may run into that worth it person. But until then, if this person is not exchanging what you're giving, especially like I mentioned before, if you are an empath, you're loving, you're nurturing, you're just this highly vibrational energy. If this person is not giving you what you're giving, then they are becoming detrimental and furthermore toxic, and then they're just holding you back at that point. So that is for us to be that lead and that boss, and pretty much just stand up and know our worth and remember who we are, boy or girl. You should always remember your worth and know that you are enough with or without that person or without these people. Like, it can go either way. Take it how it resonates. But furthermore, I don't want to talk too much about it, but I did want to kind of let you guys know to always know your worth and to always remember how it is very important to remember your mission. And remember, I don't mean to say like this is like strictly business, but to have that mentality that yes, I'm on a mission. Yes, it's also okay to have somebody there with me, but if they're not meant to be there, then so be it. And that's kind of what we tend to forget, and then we grow or we seep down into this depressive state, this emotional state, this unbalanced state of being, and then we kind of get into this mindset like, I'm just a lonely wreck. And that's not it. And that's what we need to stop believing or stop telling ourselves, or pretty much just facing that thought of ours, that repetitive thought, and just telling ourselves that no, that's not true. I am not lonely. I may not have anybody with me who's on my level right now, but I'm not lonely. So yes, I may be alone, but I'm not lonely. And that's just that, and that's what we need to remember. And it's going, by us reminding ourselves of that, we are going to grow and embrace self-love and self-worth, because we are going to remember, I'm all that I got, so I'm all that I need. And it's not in a selfish manner or in a selfish way, but it's just like remembering or embracing and just valuing who you are and what you are. So yeah, don't dim to fit in, and that's pretty much the moral of my story. Don't feel like, okay, I'm just too freaking lonely and I just have nobody and I'm tired of this. We all can sometimes feel like that, but don't let that become you. Don't let that become your mindset or your mentality, and then furthermore lead you into something you shouldn't be. You see how all of these people are walking in one direction? These people are all around us. They don't want to be alone. You notice how people, you may find this somebody that's never out of a relationship. They're always in a relationship. They have a new boyfriend and then they break up and they with somebody else. It's because these people can't face that feeling of being alone. They don't have that power. But guess what? You in this blue suit, you do. You do have that willpower. You do have that worth, that self-worth, and that self-love and value to, stand up for your mind and say, or not even your mind, stand up for your soul and your spirit and say, I do not need to have somebody by my side to know that I'm okay. I'm okay with me. I value my own presence. I value my own, company. And overall, I deserve the best. So I'm not going to settle for less just to have somebody on my side. And this is what people lack. And this is where we tend to dim our light to fit in. And that's, like I mentioned, the moral of the story. Try not to dim just to have somebody there, and if you do have somebody and you find that it's worth fighting for, or you find that they're actually on your vibration, then, take that step. And if it's not meant for you, so be it. Mother Universe, your ancestors, your guardian angels, whoever it is that you believe in, they will let you know. Your higher self will let you know. So there's no need to worry. There's no need to, overthink. Because at the end of the day, at the end of the night, what's meant for you shall be revealed. And whether it be today, tomorrow, or next week, you're going to know. And that's the beauty of life. That's the beauty of duality. You're going to get the good out of life, and you're going to